I think so. It was perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Right, enjoy your class, guys.
Thank you. That. And then a squishy ball. Okay. Oops.
Here's Hillary. Recording sound on. I think.
Okay, guys.
Right.
These ones. Okay, guys. We will get ourselves going here. So we're going to start on our mats. Have your weights handy, have your squishy ball handy. You don't need anything just yet. How's it going? They haven't seen each other in like months, years. It's so sweet. So much stuff. Sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, right. For having me. I went in. I went in on that. Oh, yeah. Did you look at that one? Yeah. What's with these like exclusive places? No, it's ridiculous. Like, what is it like all these lookers? Yeah, oh, kind of basically have to do somebody. Yeah. And then you're accepted. It's so weird, but I'm not such one place like that 2 months ago. No. They even bothered to reply. Ridiculous. Okay, so all our backs are feet about hip distance apart. Nice neutral, so feel your tailbone is heavy and away from you. Upper body is nice and quiet. You don't need any. Actually, have your weights kind of by your side. We'll use them in a sec. Just find that neutral. So think about those long waistlines, really nice and heavy through the back of your ribs, open across your chest and your collarbones. Give your head a little rock back and forth, so no tension in your neck. You're just looking straight up to the ceiling. And then keeping all of that lined up, you're just gonna float your right leg out to this side. So as you float your right leg out, your hips your left hip kind of wants to lift with it. Try to keep that left hip down and then just pull back in. And then go left. So your left leg opens out, your right knee is still reaching up towards the ceiling. And then just pull that left back in. So do that again. Right moves out, nothing else changes through your body. Your waistlines are still long, hips are nice and level. And then left, nice and controlled. And then right back. Okay, now let's grab our weights. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. So let's add, we're gonna do the same arm and same leg. So it's gonna be even harder to stabilize. Your right arm moves up to the side with your right leg. Think about that whole left side of your body staying heavy, and then bring everything back in. Same thing left, so left and left open out with control. And then bring everything up. And again, right and right, left side of your body is heavy, left knee stays pointing up. You can feel it might want to open out to counterbalance, so try not to let it. And then the left, open out slow and controlled, and then right back in. We're gonna do one more each way. Think about your ribs now. Are your ribs staying heavy? Left side of your rib cage is heavy as you open out to the right. Right side of your rib cage nice and heavy as you open left. And then come right back up and stay. And we're gonna go both arms overhead. Reach them way back. Ribs stay heavy. And then back up to the ceiling. So you may feel your ribs wanting to lift. That's just kind of how our body moves naturally. Instead, think of kind of sliding your ribs down towards your hips. And then right back. So we're gonna go 3 here, slow and controlled as you reach. Last 2, slow. And then one more, let's reach those arms back. Press all the way back up to the ceiling and stay. Now let's bring our right leg to tabletop. You can either keep your left foot flat or you can up onto your toes of your left. And we're gonna go right arm and right leg, reach them away from each other, really high length, reach fingertips and toes, and then come back in. And then alternate, so left arm, right leg, reach. Only your right leg is moving, and then back in. Alternate right and right, reach. And then right leg, left arm. Exhale as you reach, inhale, back in. And we're gonna go both arms and then right, reach away. Fingertips on those right toes, and again, reach away, ribs stay tight around your center, nice neutral pelvis. Yes. 2 more here, reaching in, and then one more reach. Come all the way back up, stay there. Right toes down, lower your heels, take a breath. We're gonna do the same thing on the left, so let's lift our left leg up to tabletop. Remember, you can keep your right foot flat or you can come up to your toes for a little extra abs. We're gonna start left leg reaching away from your left fingertips and then come right back in And then switch right fingertips, reach away from your left toes, and back in. So feel like your weight shifts on your shoulders as you're doing that. Feel like it shifts in your hips. Try to keep everything nice and balanced. And if you're on your toes of your right foot, try and stay a little bit light. And up, one more here, reach. Back in, now let's add both arms. So both arms reach away from those left toes, reach nice and long, have a little pause, and then pull back in. Reaching away, little pause, and in for 3. And then last 2, reach. And then one more like that, reach away. Bring those arms back up. Stay, lower those left toes down, lower your heels, lower your arms all the way, and take a breath. All right, so make sure your feet are hip distance apart. You can touch your heels with your fingertips, and then we're gonna roll up to a little hip roll. So belly button towards your spine, press each little vertebra down, and then lift those hips, holding at the top, feeling your knees, reaching away from the top of your head. Slowly articulate down one vertebra at a time, all the way your tailbone is the last piece to touch. Stay there, and then do that again. Belly button to spine, press through your heels, lifting nice and high. Again, slowly melt down, nice and controlled. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna stay up this time. So belly button to spine, press through your heels, lifting. Feel your knees reaching away from the top of your head. Grab those weights. Reach your arms right up to the ceiling. Now from here, you're gonna drop your hips down low. Ribs come down as well, almost touch, and then press and lift back up. So let's reach our arms overhead as we lower, and then press up, and then reach them wide, arms wide. Same movement with your hips. So as you lower, your body kind of comes down in a plank. Ribs come down with your hips. Ribs come down with your hips. Ribs go back up with your hips. Inhale down, exhale, press. One more here. Exhale, press. Staying there, keep your arms reaching up. Shift your weight out of your right foot into your left. Really press through your left heel and then lift up your right heel. Your hips should still be even, so don't let that right one drop. Waistlines are still nice and long. So option 1 is you can stay right there with your right toes down. Option 2, if you want to take it, lift that right knee up to tabletop. Totally fine to stay here, whatever feels good for you. Now from here, stay lifted, just open your arms. And then back up. So just a little hold, isometric hold for that left glute. Constant pressure through your left heel. 2 more, just arms wide, those collarbones wide. Last one, reach and up. Now ready, let's reach our right leg away from our right fingertips. And then pull back, and if your toes are down, just do the arms. Reach away, and then pull back. Great, so you've got 4 here, reach. And then keep those hips nice and lifted. 3, reach. And back. Last 2. And in, constant pressure through that left heel. Last 1. All the way in. Lower your right toe, fall, heel. Roll all the way down. Take a breath at the bottom. Lower your arms. Hold there. You're going to come back up. Let's do 3 more hip rolls. Just both feet down. Belly button, spine, press, and lift. Holding when you're up there, wide through those collarbones, all the way back down. Put 2 more like that all the way up. Slowly melt all the way down. And then one more, we're going to stay up on this one. So belly button to spine, exhale, press through your heels, lifting up. All right, so you're going to shift your weight out of your left heel into your right. So give an extra press through your right as you lift your left, so you can stay on your toes just like so, or you can come all the way up. Oops. Use your weight like me. And then if you want, add those arms. You can use weights, you don't have to. All right, so from here, all you're going to do is arms wide, and then press up. So it's an isometric hold for your right glute. Constant pressure through that right heel to keep that glute firing. Inhale out, exhale up. One more, inhale out, exhale, press down. If your leg is lifted, let's reach it long and then bring it back in. If it's not, just add the arms. So just arms with your toes down,
also fine. Try and keep those hips lifted. Reach. And in 4 more. Reach. And 3. Find that length. And back. Last 2. And 1 more. Reach away. Come back in. Stay there. Lower those left toe, ball, heel. Roll all the way back to the mat and come down to neutral. Guys, pop those weights to the side, hug those knees and have a little roll around. One leg and the other. And then let's reach our legs out. So reach out right underneath your feet, about hip distance apart. The wider you go, the harder it's going to be. So just kind of play around with how wide you are. It's not about being super wide though. And you're neutral, right? Tail is heavy, little space behind your lumbar, ribs are tight around your center. So from here, bring your hands behind your head. So if you were here last week, we were reversing our breath a little bit, or if you watched or whatever, we're gonna just play around with that a little bit as well. So elbows hover, nod your chin that little bit. You're gonna exhale as you come up to flexion. Sorry, you're gonna inhale as you come up to flexion. Inhale up. Take a breath, and then you're gonna exhale and lengthen back. All the way back. Take a breath, and then do that again. So inhale, up, and then exhale, lengthening all the way back. So keeping that eccentric contraction as long as you can. Do that again. Inhale, looking towards those toes, reach toes away from the top of your head, and then exhale. Those ribs tight around your center the whole way down. 2 more like that. Nice big inhaling. Inhale up. Lengthen back. Top of your head reaches from those toes. 1 more like this. Inhale up. All the way back for that exhale. And then we're going to come up and stay. So big inhale. And hold. So feel that you're just barely lifting off your shoulder blades. You're looking down towards your toes. Chin is tucked into your chest, not all the way, but it's tucked in that bit. Ribs are tight around your center, and you're still neutral, right? Keep your left toes reaching. You're going to bring your right leg up to tabletop. So hold there. Did your hips shift? Try not to let them. Reach that right leg back out. Now do the same thing left. Right hip is heavy as your left comes in. And then reach all the way back out. Now left hip stays heavy, right leg in. And then back. And then right stays heavy as your left comes in. And then back up. Play around, see if you can open your legs a little wider and keep everything balanced. Left hip heavy as your right comes in. This time curl up an extra inch with your upper body. And then come back a little inch. Right hip heavy, left comes in. Curl. Slow as you come back. So again, that's the inhale up. And the exhale back. Slow and controlled. Inhale up. Slow and controlled. Remember, if you can't keep your hips level, bring your legs back together. It really changes it. And left. All the way back. And then we're going to add rotation to this. So right leg in, rotate towards the back. The inhale. Exhale as you come back through center. And again, right hip still staying heavy. Exhale, untwisting. You're still working all the way out. Again, slow and controlled in. Slow and controlled, lengthen back. Slow and controlled in. Slow and controlled, lengthen back. Got 2 more each way. Lefty stays heavy all the way out. And again, right hip stays heavy all the way out. Very good, guys. Last one to the right. Inhale up, left shoulder blade off the mat. Back through center. And last one, left. Slow and controlled all the way back. And then lower your upper body all the way down and take a breath. Good job, guys. Now grab your squishy ball. Bend your legs in. You're going to have your right foot on top of your elbow. Have your weights handy. Again, I'm going to give you an option for weights here. Remember, just really listen to your body. You don't need to take the hardest option, just whatever feels good for you. All right, so wide across your chest and your collarbones, ribs are tight around your center. Feet are about hip distance apart, and make sure that your left heel, you can touch it with your fingertips. You don't want to be out too far or in too close. All right, and then from there, let's just press straight down into your left heel. Don't press into your right because you'll just kind of slide away. Press through your left heel and lift your hips right up. So hips should be level, ribs are tight around your center, waistlines are nice and long. Imagine you had another ball between your inner thighs. You've got to keep that ball there as we're working. So kind of keep your inner thighs squeezing toward your midline. They're going to help to keep us nice and balanced. Now, if you want the weights or even the arms, you don't have to use weights. You don't even have to use your arms. You can keep them down. But if you want the weights, lift your arms up. All right. So from here, all we're going to do is drop our hips and our ribs down. And then we're going to press straight back up through our left heel. So a light touch on your right. You can open your arms out as you drop. And then press through your left as you lift. So 4 more like this. Slow and controlled down. Slow and controlled up. Go for 3. Really reaching fingertips away from fingertips. Keep that width across your collarbones as you come back together with those arms. 2 more. And press through that left heel. 1 more. Press all the way up. Now stay. You're going to reach your right leg up straight underneath you. Reach your arms overhead and lower your bum down. So you're just hovering off the mat. Press through your left heel, pull the ball and bring your arms back up. So you're lowering as you send that ball away, and then you're lifting back up as you pull. Get nice and high. Reaching long. Press through that left knee, pulling in. 4 more. Inhale out. 3. Inhale out. All the way in, waistline stay long. Last 2. Last one, let's reach. Come all the way back in, stay at the top. Roll all the way down. Even weight for both sides of your spine to neutral. Bring your weights down. All right, fall into or underneath your left foot. Keep those feet just about hip distance apart. All right, so we'll press through our right heel. Keep your waistline long, keep your ribs tight around your center. Pelvis stays neutral as you lift. So holding there, so all your weight is in your right. It's just a light touch on your ball without your left. You can reach your arms right up to the ceiling with the weight, without, doesn't matter. Now from here, lowering your body as one piece, come right down, arms open wide. And then exhale as you press. So inhale, really reach fingertips from fingertips. Feel that width across that upper body. Reach. Press through that right heel, right big toe straight up. Go 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Press all the way up. Stay at the top. Now you're going to send your left leg out underneath. You lower your hips at the same time. If you want, add those arms. So reach fingertips away with your left toes and then pull all the way back in. So back, right glute working, reaching lower, tons of obliques, keeping you nice and steady. Working to keep those waistlines long as you lower and as you lift. Go for 4. All the way back. And in. All the way out, that is work. All the way in, that is still work. Last 2, reach. And in. Last one, let's reach. Come all the way up and in. Lower back down, rolling. All the way down. Lower your weights down by your sides. Grab that squishy ball. You're going to pop it between your inner thighs now. Back, neutral ribs, nice, tight around your center. You can get rid of this for a little bit here. All right, so we're going to give our inner thighs a little bit of a squeeze together. When we squeeze our inner thighs, I don't want you to just think about your knees coming together, kind of squeezing as hard as you can. You just want to be able to feel that it's just your inner thighs working, not your glutes, not your knees pulling together, just those inside, like uppermost inner thighs. Hold that little bit of a squeeze, feel that your glutes are still relaxed, and then just slowly release. So do that again. Exhale, squeezing it, just those upper inner thighs, your knees hardly move towards one another. And then slow little release. Go 2 more like this. Just subtle and release. And then 1 more. Squeeze in and stay. Keeping those inner thighs working, you're gonna lift up your heels. So you're just on your tippy toes. Stay right there, keep those inner thighs squeezing gently. Lift your right foot up. And then lift your left foot up. So you're in tabletop there, knees above your hip. Unless you feel your back, bring your knees closer to your chest. All right, so try to keep knees on top of your hips. From here, just inner thighs again. So deepen those abs that little bit as you squeeze your inner thighs. Can you feel how they work together? And then slow little release. Exhale as you squeeze. Again, it's not about your knees coming together. Slow as you release. Go for 4 little ones. And slow. If you want, try reversing the breath. So inhale as you squeeze, exhale, release it. So you're working both directions. You should be working both directions. The exhale as you're releasing that little bit just reminds you to keep working, right? 1 more, squeeze in that little bit, stay. Now from here, move your knees 1 inch away from you, just an inch, hold, and then slow, come back in. So that's inner thighs, right? And then legs move away that little inch, and then bring them back in. So let's inhale as our legs move away. Exhale, back in. Inhale, legs away that tiny bit. Exhale. 4 more. Inhale, and 3. Inhale, we're stay tight around your center. Keep those inner thighs squeezing gently. Last 2. Looks like we're hardly doing anything. You ready? 1 more. Legs away that bit. Now stay there. Can you bring your hands behind your head? Tuck your chin, curl up to flexion. Now you're looking towards your ball. Knees are a little bit past 90 degrees. Can you squeeze those inner thighs? Squeeze 6 little ones. Slow release. Squeeze for 5. Just teeny and slow. You're looking into your ball, right? 4. Teeny and slow. 3. Feel how your abs deepen as those inner thighs squeeze. Last 2. Did I say 2 already? Let's go 1 more. Little squeeze. Hold. Slowly lower your right, lower your left, lower your body all the way down. And take a breath. Nice moves, guys. Okay, pop that ball off to the side. You're gonna come onto your left side. So feet are gonna start right under your bum. Keep your hips stacked, shoulders stacked, waistlines are long, left ribs will stay a little bit lifted. Right hand on your right hip if you want to just kind of feel what's happening there. All right. So now we're gonna lift our right leg up. So get up to the highest point of your clamshell. Yeah, keep your feet together, take a breath, and then just slow control as you lower back down. So we're gonna inhale as we lift. And then we're gonna exhale because we're gonna keep working as we lower that leg down, right? So inhale, and then exhale. And your glute med should stay working the whole time. It's working as you lift, and it is working as you lower. Working as you lift, working as you lower. Go for 3 more like this. And control, and then 2. And control. Feel how those abs deepen each time you lift. For 1 more, you're going to get up to that high point and stay. Now from here, you're going to bring your knee down, your foot comes up. So that's medial rotation now. And then back to lateral rotation. Imagine a big beach ball right here. You're going to bring your knee up and over the ball. And then your foot comes back up and over the other side of it. So up and over and up and over. And as you're doing that, nothing changes in your pelvis, right? You're staying neutral, your waistlines are long, your ribs are tighter under center. You're not letting your body move really at all as that leg moves. That's your right femur moving in your hip socket, the rest of your leg follows, of course, but nothing else changes. And then totally find out your right hand in front of you. Try not to put weight into it though, like just have it down, have a light touch if you want to. 2 more. And 1 more. And then kick all the way out. So reach out through your toes, really think length. The tips of your toes are reaching away from the top of your head, still keeping your pelvis as steady as you can. You're gonna bring your right toes down to the front edge of your mat, lift up, and then your right toes come down to the back edge of your mat. So little rainbows, up and down, and then up and down. So you could lift and let gravity pull your leg down, right? You could do that. We're not gonna do that, right? We're lifting, we're controlling as we lower. That's where that exhale comes in again. Control, you're constantly reaching through your toes, your leg is straight, but you're not jamming into the locked knee. You're reaching and doing those half circles or little rainbows. I'm gonna go 1 more each way. And back, left ribs are still lifting, and then hold in the middle. Now go the opposite way. So you're gonna go up at the front edge of your mat, pause, and then up at the back edge of your mat. So again, waistline stay long, ribs stay tight around your center. Up, up, and then down, up. Ribs down, up, and down, up, and down, back up. Really focus on your waistlines staying long. That pelvis stays completely still as that leg moves. We're gonna go 1 more each way. Up at the front, up at the back, and then lower that leg all the way down. Okay, now grab your squish ball. Ball's gonna go between your ankles. Reach right out and stay there. So toes reaching away from the top of your head. Waistlines are still nice and long. Squeeze those inner thighs a little bit. Remember, it's your upper inner thighs we're squeezing from. And then reach your toes as you lift your legs. So just a couple of inches, hold when you're up there. Okay, take a nice breath. So really thinking length more than anything else. Toes are reaching. Now your top leg is a wall, your bottom leg squeezes into it. So back inner thigh, back 2 inner thighs here. Right leg is still as your left leg squeezes up. Go 8 more little squeezes. So if you're really keeping your right leg still, which I want you to be doing, you should feel your right obliques a lot. Right obliques, tons of right obliques and tons of left inner thigh. Little squeeze for 4. Little squeeze for 3. Little squeeze for 2. Little squeeze, 1 more. Hold your squeeze. Now your bottom leg is a wall, your top one squeezes down for 8. Squeeze for 7. Squeeze for 6. And 5. Good job, guys. 4, keep reaching as you squeeze. 3. Last 2. Last one, hold your squeeze. Now both inner thighs are squeezing, lower your legs just a couple of inches, and then squeeze them back up a couple. So inhale as you come down. Actually, let's reverse that. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, controlling on the way down. Inhale up, exhale, controlling. Right? Up, control. Go 5 more. Up, control. 4. Control. Last 3. That foot okay, Helen? Okay. You ready? 1 more. Let's lift up. Stay when you're there. Take a breath. Slow and control. Lower all the way down. Good job, guys. Okay. Pop that ball off to the side. Okay. Left elbow underneath your left shoulder. So we're going to come into a little side plank. You can either stay on your knees. Your feet should be in line with your bum, or you can come up onto your feet. Whatever feels good. I'll do the knee plank today to show you guys. So pressing into your left elbow, thinking of your left ribs lifting away. So as you lift, you're lengthening. So reach the top of your head away from your tailbone. If your legs are straight, that's left leg in front of your right. So hold there, let's reach our right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Really find that length through your body. Now from here, lower your hips down just a couple of inches and then pick them back up. So let's inhale down and then lift. Really reach, try and make that little rainbow shape with your body. Inhale down, up with a big reach. Go for 5, up and over. And 4, as low as you want, and then as high as it feels good. 3. Let that head go. 2. And then go 1 more. All the way up and over. And then come back to just that long line. From here, let's just lower arm, don't change anything else. And then arm back up. So keep reaching top of your head away from those heels for 5. Keep pressing through that left elbow. 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Up and then lower all the way down. Come on to your back. Have a little roll around there. And then we will reverse. We'll do all the same on the other side. So, your ball handy again. We're going to start with our clamshell. So you don't need anything just yet, but just make sure that ball's within arm's reach there. Heels are going to start underneath your bum. Waistline's long. Upper body's nice and quiet. You're just looking straight ahead so that neck stays nice and long. Feel those poor little obliques. And then let's just go straight up with your left leg. So remember to lift to your highest point, pause, and then slowly control back down. So that's the inhale on the way up, and then the exhale on the way down, the eccentric control. And up. Control. Good. So go 5 more like that, keeping that pelvis as still as you can. Think about those right ribs a little bit. Keep them lifted. And slow. Last 2. Controlling down with that exhale, and then go 1 more. Control down and then lift up and stay. Hold when you're there. Just notice if you're tensing through your neck. If you are, try and look down a little bit, just to relax it. And then you're going to come into that little teeter-totter. So knee down, foot up, hips stay still, and then switch it. So switch and switch. As you're medially rotating, that left hip wants to roll forward. You're not going to let it. As you laterally rotate, it wants to do the opposite, roll back. You're not going to let that happen either. So that's your low abs. Again, working to keep your body still. Go for 3. And go for 2. And out. Last one in. And out. Turn it out and then kick all the way out. So straight underneath you. So really reaching toes again away from the top of your head. Find that length through your body. And then draw those rainbows. Toes down to the front edge of your mat. Up and toes down to the back edge of your mat. Up and down, and then up and down. Good. So keeping those waistlines long, really think about length as you're moving your leg. It doesn't matter at all how high your leg goes. It's about length and stability, reaching away as you do those little half circles. Up and down. Good, guys. 1 more each way. Really think about your thigh movement. Your thigh lifts and lowers. Thigh lifts and lowers. Now come into the middle, stay there. Now your thigh's gonna lift up to the front edge of your mat, and then it's gonna go up at the back edge. So like you're making a U, down and up and down and up. So it's easy for your right ribs when you're doing the U's to press down, right? As you get to the high point, don't let them.
Keep those ribs lifting. 3, and back. Go for 2. Back. Last one. Up, and then lower all the way down. And take a breath. Okay, now ball between your ankles. Kick those ankles or kick those legs straight out underneath you. So again, lying flat, really easy to tense through your neck and kind of try and find, we want to find stability through there. Try not to. If you need to have a little bit more weight into your left hand, that is fine. Kneecaps are both pointing forward, toes are reaching away from the top of your head, and then reach and lift. Just that little bit. Okay, so your top leg is a wall, your bottom leg squeezes up into the ball. A little squeeze. Little squeeze. You got it. So as you're squeezing your bottom inner thighs, that's your right inner thigh, your left obliques are working to keep that left leg still, right? Left inner thigh as well. You should really feel it through that top oblique line here. Squeeze. Squeeze. Go for 4. Little squeeze. 3. Little squeeze. Last 2. Last one, hold that squeeze. Now your bottom leg stays still, your top one squeezes down. A little squeeze. Little squeeze, you got it. Go 6, little ones. 5, think about that neck a little bit, try to stay relaxed. Squeeze. Last 3. Last 2. Last one, hold the squeeze both inner thighs on the wall actually, and hold, and then lower to a hover. And then lift back up. So inhale for that hover. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs right around that ball. You've got 6, control, and up. So exhale down, control, and up. Control, keep reaching, lift with a pause. Reach as you lower, lift with a pause. Yeah, good, last 2. Up, and then one more. Lift up and then lower all the way down. Guys, okay. Pop the ball up to the side. We'll come into our side plank. So heels can be under your bum, right elbow under your right shoulder. So you can either come up like that or right foot in front of your left and then press and lift. So really picking your right ribs, right hip off the mat, feel the top of your head reaching away from those feet. Reach that arm right up to the ceiling. So keep these underarm muscles, the serratus in your lats working the whole time. You're lowering slightly. And then you're gonna lift back up, really pick those right ribs away from the mat. You can lower and then reach. So reach fingertips away from toes, come into that little arc. Slow as you come down and lifting all the way up. You got it. Go 5 like that. Doesn't matter what your range is, get that extra little bit of height though. It doesn't matter how low you come. Just go small and then lift. 4, 3, last 2. Job, guys. Last 1. Lift up and then lower to that one long line of your plank. Lower your left arm to shoulder height and then lift. So inhale down, exhale up. Slow. So that's just an isometric hold. Your arm just challenges you that little bit more. Go for 3, 2, and last one. Lift up and then lower all the way down. Oh, good. Come on, do that. Hug those knees in again, have a little roll around. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Let your inner thighs have a little stretch out there as well. Just take a few nice deep breaths, letting the weight of your legs stretch those inner thighs out a little more. And bring those legs back together. Roll yourself right on up. We're gonna come onto our tummies. If you look at that shirt, thinking there's someone standing there. That orange shirt back there. Okay, We're gonna come onto our tummies, our legs are gonna be about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider. Hands as wide as the mat, so just on the outside edges of the mat is good. Elbows kind of in line with your shoulders-ish, and then just look straight down, so nose can just hover off the mat. All right, so we're gonna start with our legs here. Actually, you can bring your hands under your forehead, let's do that to start. So we're gonna start with legs. When we lift our legs here, it's gonna be really easy to arch your back. So we don't wanna arch our back, we wanna keep our core working so that our legs move, but our back doesn't arch, all right? So keep reaching through your toes. Think about your ribs being tight around your center, think about your belly button pulling just a little bit into your spine. And then let's just lift from your right thigh. Just lift your right thigh. Hold when it's up there, take a breath. And then lift your left thigh. And then hold. Now lower your right down. And then lower your left down. Now think about where you were really lifting from. Was it your glute? Was it your hamstring? Let's try and use our glute. So belly button towards your spine again, that little bit. Tighten up your ribs. Think about your right glute kind of lifting up towards your back as you lift your right leg. Do that little bit of engagement. Stay there. Same thing left. Left glute lifts up towards the small of your back a little bit. Now stay. So your toes are reaching away from the top of your head. Now can you lower your right foot just slightly, lifting your left slightly? And then switch. Left drops down slightly, right lifts. So it's really small. Your core is working the whole time, keeping your back nice and strong and protected. And you're really imagining moving your thighs. So you're gonna feel your glutes, you're gonna feel hamstrings. But think about lifting kind of from as high up on your legs as you can, right into your little lift and switch. And it's not about height at all. Think about stability through your hips as you're doing this. You're very good, guys. Just small. 2 more each way. Keep reaching and switch. And then 1 more. And switch. And then lower those legs all the way down. Take breath. Let's go back to a little shell stretch. Job, guys. Now, come up to a 4-point kneel. So we need the same kind of thing right here. So we're not going to both of these at the same time. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Keep those waist lines long. You're going to kick your right leg straight out. And then you're going to lift from the exact same muscle group that we just were working. So it's glute, little bit of hamstring as you lift your leg. So really reaching your right toes away from the top of your head. Take a little breath. You can bring your left hand onto your left waistline or across your body, whatever that feels good. Have that little extra bit of stability work. Now from here, just reach and tap down and then lift back up. So as you're moving this leg, nothing should change in the right side of your body. Nothing should change in your body really at all. If you find that your hip is dropping or something is collapsing, make your range a little smaller. So same goes for that swim that we just did. If your body was moving, we need to make our range a little smaller. Put 2 more like this. And reach. 1 more. Let's stay. Now let's bring our left arm in front. So left fingertips reach from right toes. Tap down again. Lift and reach. Next stays nice and long. Tap. And reach. Inhale down. 3. Exhale up. And 2. Lift with control. Last 1. Lift with control. Lower that left arm. Lower your right leg. Sit yourself back to a little shell stretch. Shake. Ready? We're gonna do the same on the other side. So we'll start with just the leg and then we'll add the arm. So hands under your shoulders again, knees under your hips, neutral, ribs tight around your center. So from here, remember we want to be moving our left leg independently of the rest of our body. Left leg goes straight back. Reach toes away from the top of your head. Lift that leg. Nothing else should change in your body, right? You're reaching, you're lifting, you're holding. If you want that extra bit of stability work, bring your right hand across or wherever. Now just lengthen, top of your head reaches from your toes as you lower. And then lift. Inhale down. Exhale up. So really thinking about your hips. Are they moving? Is your right hip still on top of your right knee? It should be, right? One more, lift up, stay. Now reach your right hand out in front. Tap. And then lift. So still thinking length. Think about that stability through your core. So this is what we're going to do next. Lying on our tummies, we're going to add the arms to the legs. Go 3. And go for 2. Up. Last one. Right up. Bring that arm in, bring that leg in, and then sit back to the shell stretch again. So when we do this lying on our tummies, it feels like it's going to be easier to stay steady because you have more of your body touching down. It's not. So just really pay attention to what's happening. It's not as big of a shift, but you can still be moving a lot. And you want to try and minimize the shift. So that means that your arms are just like hardly moving, your legs are hardly moving. That's kind of where you want to start and then work up to a bit of a bigger movement. It's never going to be huge. All right, so start with your arms up in front, nose covering off the mat, and then legs, remember you're about hip distance apart. Okay, so remember we need our abs to be working the whole time, right? So ribs tight around your center, belly button pulls into your spine. Start with those legs, so lift your right leg just a couple of inches, lengthen as you lift, and then reach your left. And then stay. So now let's lift our right arm up, and then left arm. Okay, so let's lift our right leg first. Lift your left arm at the same time, and then switch. Left leg, right arm, and switch. So if as you're doing this, you're feeling your back, bring your hands down, or bring your legs down and just work on the arms. Think stability through your core, think length, really more than anything else. Top of your head and your fingertips. Reach away from those toes the whole time. Let's go for 4. Nice long next 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then reach, lower those toes, lower those arms, and go right back to a shell stretch. Good job, guys. Okay, now come on up. We'll do another little stretch. We're gonna do a cat stretch. You just add a little bit onto it. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We'll start just with that cat. So drop your tail, scoop those abs all the way up. Holding when you're there, nice deep breath. And then come all the way out of it. So start with your head. Slide your shoulder blades together a little bit, like your chest be heavy, ribs heavy, and then tail. And then the opposite, tail down, scoop, rounding. Go one more like this. All the way out. And then come to neutral. Now kick your left leg straight up behind you. Watch you're not going to lock your left elbow. Right arm in front. So now lift, really reach, and then round back into that calf stretch. Bring that right elbow back with you. Left knee comes in, and then reach all the way out. So find the length, the nice long line here. Scoop all the way in. Go for 4. Three,
Last two. Last one, reach. All the way in. Lower your left knee, lower your right hand. Take a breath, find that center again, and go right into it on your other side. So right leg, reach it away. Left arm in front, nice long line with your body. You're scooping around all the way in, and then lengthen it back out. Scoop around all the way in. Reach it away. So as you pull in, deepen those up, scoop right up. Three, deepen those abs, and last two. And then one more. Press all the way out and in, knee in. Again, sit back to a shell stretch. This time, let's walk our hands over to the right side of our mat. So really reach out with your left fingertips. Feel that nice big stretch down the whole left side of your body. And then walk your hands back to the center. All the way over the left side. And walk those hands back to the center. And then come on up again. Okay, so give those shoulders a little roll out. We're gonna come back to a 4-point wheel. We're gonna do it one more little bit and finish up standing. So let's just have hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips, and then kick your right leg out. Finding that spot where those hands are right under your shoulders, nice and steady across your chest, open across your upper back, and then kick your left leg out as well. Okay, so from here, you're gonna shift your weight from both, even on both feet, to your left. Don't let your right hip drop. You're gonna extend your right leg out behind you, so really reach through your toes. Now bend your right knee into your chest, and then kick back out, and then pop your toes down. Same thing left, so reach through your left toes, find length through your body, bend your knee in, kick it out, drop those toes down. Now again, left toes down, reach your right up, laterally rotate that right leg, bring it in towards your right elbow, kick it out, pop it down, and then left, up, pressing through your right toes, left knee laterally rotates, kick it out, bend that in, and then tuck your chin, press all over. So drop your heels nice and low, tail lifts up, head a little, or your neck a little shake out there. Walk those feet out. You're gonna do one more in plank. If your wrists bother you, you can come down to your elbows, that's fine as well. So lift up those hips, come right up onto your tiptoes, come back to your plank, and then stay there. So really reaching heels again away from the top of your head. You're gonna lower your hips without lowering, or sorry, lower your knees without lowering your hips. And then you're gonna kick back out, press through your heels. So finding length through your body, keep that length, knees bend down, and then reach. Go for 3, knees. Find that length, 2. Last one, knees. Press back. Tuck your chin, press all the way back. Again, downward dog, holding those heels low. Walk those feet out. And then drop those heels. We'll walk our hands into our feet. And then just roll all the way up. Your shoulders a little roll out. And then grab your weights. All right. If you want weights, you don't. Okay, so feet about hip distance apart. Just go from the side and show you this. Okay,
Feet hip distance apart, standing nice and tall, top of your head is reaching away from your heels. You're gonna go arms just right in front, shoulders away from your ears, and then slow lower back down. So we're gonna add a little drop, upper body hinges forward, and then press straight back up. Inhale down, press through your heels as you come up. So go just 3 more here. Reaching, shoulders stay away from your ears. Down. And 2. Reach. And up. 1 more. Reach. Press back up. And then come down and stay. So holding nice and low, keeping your waistline, even open your right arm out. And in. And then the left out. And then looking down slightly, so you're in a little bit of a hinge. And in, and the left. Back in, 1 more right, out, and back, 1 more left. Reach, back in, and then stand all the way up. Take a little bit of a breath. Okay, now from here, you're gonna come down again. Bend your elbows this time. Okay, even weight in your feet, even waistlines. Now from here, I want you to shift your weight to the left without moving your whole body to the left. Don't move your body to the left. From there, you're just gonna kick your right leg to the side. So without doing that, right leg out. Hold when you're there, okay, and then slow bring it back in. So we're gonna go out and slow in. Out, you can slide it in, whatever works. Out and in, left knee on top of your left and a big toe. In, 2 more. And in, last one, let's go out. Back in, and you're gonna go out and stay. Out. Now as you stand, you're gonna pull your leg in. So you're gonna go out. Arms are gonna go overhead though. Reach. Wide. Waistline's long, reach. So now left glute moving you up and down. Left inner thigh still squeezing toward your midline. 3. Good job, guys. And up. Last 2. Reach. And reach. Last one, let's reach. Come all the way up and then come down and stay. Bend those elbows. Now up just 2 inches and down. Keep light on your left, on your right toes. And down, go for 5, 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1, and then come down and stay. Just arms reach, so it's nice symmetrical down. Last set. Reach arms and reach. Now then go forward. And in, 3 more. Reach and in. Last 2, constant pressure through your left heel. Last 1, reach and then come all the way. Give that kind of a shake. Okay, same for on the other side. So start with those feet again, about that hip distance apart. Come on down, stay there. Without letting your weight shift to the right, you're gonna kick your left knee out. Stay when you're there, so you can add those arms reaching wide, hinging forward slightly, and then come back in. Reach. And in, reach. Right heel pressing through the mat the whole time. Keep that right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. 4, control, go for 3. Reach. Control, last 2, and in, last 1, reach, come in, now open out, stay when you're out there. Now from here, you're gonna come up, in, and reach, and in, and reach. So now it's that right glute moving, and go for 4, up, control, 3 more, up, control. Last 2, moving straight up in space, straight down. Last 1, straight up and down, and then come in and stay. Now from here, bend those elbows. You're just going to come up 2 and down 2, up 2 and down 2. Feel like your hip is shifting to the right, or your weight is shifting to the right. Try and stay center, even though most of your weight is on your right. 4 and down. Go for 3, up and down. Last 2. And down, last 1, up and down, stay. Extend those arms behind you, palm stays down, go up an inch, down an inch. Constant pressure through your right heel. Bring your attention to your triceps instead of that right glute. 4 and down, go for 3, up And down last 2 up, pause, and down last 1 up, pause. Oh, good job. Give those guys a little shake out. Bring your weights down. Let's have a little stretch out from here. So feet are hip distance apart. Tap, round, come all the way down. Hang in that forward fold. A little shake out there. And then walk your hands out, right, left, come right into a plank. Bend your right knee in, turn it out, and then just drop down. A drastic change from yesterday. You can come all the way down if you want, whatever feels good. So just with your exhales, think of kind of letting go of that right hip, getting a little bit heavier. Curl those right toes under, step your left knee back, step the right back, sorry, and then left in, drop it down, and then same thing as hard on us, that feels good. And with your exhales, just letting go of that left hip that little bit. And then you can walk those hands back and curl those right toes under, left toes under, tap. Press all the way back. Walk those feet out one more time, lifting that tail right up to the ceiling as you walk your feet out. And then just walk those hands in. Roll right on up. Oh, nice work, guys. Feel good? Thanks, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Poor Hillary. Are they still there? No, it,
I was gonna pause it.
the computer.
Do you see them when you're doing the class, or do they just see you?